Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mercedes with Many Hearts Counseling, and today's video is going to be a request that I got from a viewer to go in depth about how to self-validate. So this is what we're going to be talking about today. And I actually took notes this time. I usually just record my videos off of downloads that I usually get. But this time I wrote things out just so I don't miss anything. And when I think of self-validation, what that really means to me is self-soothing, positive self-talk, having everything from within myself be gifted to myself that I'm needing without needing it from external sources. Therefore, that's saying as within, so without, as I have it all within. So I am going about my life not seeking it from the outside, like so without from it coming from the outside. So self-validation. I feel because I had because of my anxious attachment style that I acquired as a child, which produces a negative self-view. Therefore, everyone else is on a pedestal and you are underneath everyone because you just internalize as everything is your fault. That is the complete opposite of self-validation. And also because I scored quite high on the test of adverse childhood experiences, the ACE test. I was an 8 out of 10. Because of those two reasons, I feel that I have had to do so much work to self-validate. And I know that it works because Anna, I want to say, when did I start? Like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even more, 6. That Anna versus Anna today is a complete different person and lives a complete different reality, because as vibrational beings, right, we are made out of protons, neutrons. We're made out of molecules that are constantly vibrating. I know that we cannot see them with our naked eye, but if we look under a microscope, we're constantly always vibrating, and our thoughts also have a vibration. Everything is energy. Everything has a vibration. We're always at a certain frequency, and that frequency works by attracting experiences to our life. So I know, according to what is happening to my outside world, what is happening within my inside world. So the ways that I had to self-validate are as follows. First of all, I had to completely reprogram my subconscious or unconscious mind. 95% of our processes do happen unconsciously or subconsciously, autonomic, and 5% of our awareness is what we can start to work with to self-validate. So we want to impress the conscious mind to in turn start to impress the subconscious or unconscious mind. And how do we impress the conscious mind? There is nothing better than doing gratitude, affirmations. Those are the two biggest things that will start to impress, because you're now controlling your conscious mind where you want it to go. And by doing 21-day programs minimum, you can start to create new neurological pathways that will fire off different signals than the ones that you have been firing so far that are doing the complete opposite of self-validating. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I have done. This book by I can't say her last name properly. Barnes? But you guys know who she is. She wrote The Secret. This is the sequel to the book The Secret, and it's basically called The Magic, and it's a 21-day exercise program, and every day you have a different set of practices to do, and it forces you to script out what you want to experience along with retraining your thought pattern from the glass is half empty to the glass is half full, from negative to always seeing the positive in things. So this is what this book does for you. And I did this for 21 days straight. Then I also bought her gratitude book. And for actually more than 21 days straight, I would write out things that I was grateful for myself all day, every day. Actually, not all day, every day. I'm sorry, that's a lie. In the morning, every day, I would start off by writing 10 things that I was grateful for, not only for myself, but things that I wanted to experience in my life. So I would write it out. And this is one of my, I think, like 5 gratitude books. I had actually left this at my counselor's place for a while, so then I was using other ones. Besides, the point is, it doesn't have to be this book. It can be any plain piece of paper that you can just write out things that you're grateful for yourself, because there is nothing better than to transmute feelings of inadequacy or that we're defective or not good enough. Any feeling that is not a good one to have, there's nothing better to transmute it than gratitude. You can't be grateful and upset at the same time. You can't be grateful and feeling shame for yourself at the same time. Gratitude is the best way to transmute anything that you are feeling uncomfortably about yourself. So you're validating your existence, your worthiness, and you can add the reasons why to really anchor in that feeling of gratitude. So I am so grateful for myself, because you list out all the reasons, and then you can add thank you, thank you, thank you. Maybe you can pick your greatest quality that you have, and I am so grateful about this quality. Give the reason why you're so grateful for this quality. How does it enhance your life? And then thank you, thank you, thank you. And I've said this before in other videos. I've had clients that I've worked with, and they would start off with having 0 things to be grateful for. So if you're at that space, you can just start with simple things such as, being able to get yourself out of bed every morning. Just the simple things that you find yourself being able to do, just start with those, and then go into more depth about your achievements, things that you're proud of yourself, and then continue to build on that way. And then eventually, even with the mistakes or the more challenging things in life, you're going to be able to find the blessings in those, and then you're going to be grateful for those. For example, if I did something to hurt someone and I felt so much shame, I would be so grateful for that experience, because it allowed that shame to rise up from within me so I can then release it. Or the lesson that I acquired from that, we can also be grateful for that experience. So gratitude works really well. Then I did 2 books from Louise Hay. These are all about affirmations. So Rhonda Barnes is all about gratitude. Louise Hay is all about affirmations. So again, continuing to convince my conscious mind or direct it in a different way, so then it can start to impress also my subconscious or unconscious mind. So this book is Love Yourself, Heal Your Life. And again, it's a workbook, and it has a lot of questions. I really actually enjoyed these questions. It really gets you to think deeply about who you think you are and change your script. Scripting, like Bruce Lee says, is huge, because you're spelling out your reality with your words that not only arise from your thoughts. Well, I guess they start to arise from our thoughts. Like all of our words arise from our thoughts, right? The way we think and feel about ourselves. So spelling, like Bruce Lee says, is no wonder it's called spelling, because you're actually spelling out your future, like you're casting a spell, but like not in a weird way. It's just co-creating your reality. So this really helps with scripting. And then I don't remember who I lend my other book to, but it's again from Louise Hay, and it's called Mirror Work. And that is a 21-day program where you literally look at yourself in the mirror and you say, I love you, and all these other positive things, again, to self-validate who you are without needing it from anyone else, because you're mostly talking to your inner child through her other book, Mirror Work, because our inner child is the one that we are trying to heal as adults anyways, that has acquired these unhelpful validations about itself, that it's not worthy, that it's not good enough, that it's defective, that it's bound to be rejected, bound to be alone. All these things we are going to reprogram with affirming the complete opposite. And there's great power when you look at yourself in the mirror, in your eyes, because the eyes are the window to your soul, and you can really look at your soul, your higher self, the one that's connected to your true essence of unconditional love, and all your worthiness, and then knowing that you're here to experience life with no limitations. That is what you want to tap into and connect to, because that is who you truly are, not everything else that we acquired. So affirmations are really great. And then I also have this deck from Louise Hay. They're called power cards. So aside from gratitude, I do love to pick cards in the morning if I have time to affirm. So I usually ask for a message from source, spirit, God, creator, whoever you want to refer to, that greater power that has, the seasons changing, the flowers blooming, that has our, even our body, like the way it functions, like our nervous system, our digestive system, like that greater power that keeps all these things going. I ask for a message, and it's really nice to have these affirmations to kickstart off your day, as opposed to having things such as, I don't really want to go to work today, I'm so tired, I'm so this, I'm so that. So I picked cards, and these are what came through for me today. One is, I am at peace with my age. Each age has its own special joys and experiences. I am always the perfect age for where I am in my life. This is a great reminder. And sometimes I was surprised that this card came out, because sometimes I feel that we don't even really know what we need subconsciously, that is running automatically within us. And then it's nice when we just ask for messages to see what pops up, because then it's like, oh, okay, so maybe that was somewhere from within me that I hadn't really even noticed. But I do know that sometimes I will look at myself and want to scrutinize, my white hair coming in, or my, like, I guess just, I don't want to say my falling face, but like, yeah, like we'll find anything wrong with us when we look at our in the mirror. And through mirror work, thanks to Louise Hay, we can do the complete opposite. We can just accept what is happening at any point in our life. So it's a great reminder about my age. And then this is actually a really good one. As I say yes to life, life says yes to me. Life mirrors my every thought. As I keep my thoughts positive, life brings to me only good experiences. Another good way to self-validate the thoughts that you want to choose and hold on to. We have a power to choose our thoughts, so that's our superpower. Why not choose to hold on to the good thoughts, that today's going to be a fantastic day, my meetings are going to be fantastic, anything that I want to create, I will create it with my thoughts. I'm going to have plenty of time today. I'm going to accomplish everything that I want to accomplish. It's going to be a fantastic day, a great day. I say yes to life. It's going to be great. So that's another way to self-validate your experience, who you are, what you want to have, what you deserve. And then this one actually was a good one too. It says, I see my parents as tiny children who need love. I have compassion for my parents' childhoods. I now know that I chose them because they were perfect for what I had to learn. I forgive them and set them free, and I set myself free. And what a beautiful way to self-validate all your wounding from your childhood, your traumas that you acquired then, your attachment style. What a beautiful validation that everything happened for a reason. It was for you to come to this point today so you can really understand what the point of life is, and then help others do the same, like really free themselves from that and have the experience that we are all meant to have here on planet Earth as unlimited, limitless beings that are supposed to have pure unconditional love for self and for others, and know that they are worth every experience. So this is another great way to self-validate. And like Louise would say, these cards are an outgrowth of the affirmative sayings I used to give my clients to help them find their inner strength as they worked on issues ranging from self-esteem to romance to prosperity and love. So another great way to self-validate. And then the 4 agreements: don't ever take anything personally, don't ever assume anything, always do your best. And even if your best is today, I'm going to sleep in, do your best to not feel guilty to do that. If your best is going to be, I'm going to work all day today, then you do your best to not think of yourself as a slave or anything like that, or why am I doing this? Like whatever it is that you need to, that you want to do your best to do that thing. And then if you don't always, and then if you do fall off that horse, just give yourself gratitude and love no matter what. So don't ever assume anything. Don't take anything personally, because those always stem from our core beliefs. That's never helpful. That's the wrong way to self-validate. You self-validate yourself from knowing that nothing is ever against you. Everything is always through the lens of perception of our wounding. So other people act towards you through their own wounded lenses of perception. And that's why it's never personal. And you don't ever assume anything, because our assumptions are always wrong. Just factual things, actual facts is what going to save you from having energy to try to understand something that is not even meant to be understood. Always do your best and be impeccable with your word. Again, whatever it is that you do, don't judge and stick to it. It doesn't always have to be super, we don't always have to be super people. We can just also be like normal humans. I had to stop Ernie start there for a second because I thought my doggy was having a seizure. He tends to have them and he makes the sound when he doesn't. But anyways, everything's okay. Back to self-validating. So we talked about thoughts and how we can redirect those with affirmations, and then gratitude, because also thoughts create our feelings. So all these things are going to self-validate and anchor positive feelings that we carry throughout the day. Therefore, we can have more positive experiences. And we talked about the 21-day programs, gratitude. And then if you ever find yourself to be anxious, just take deep breaths to self-validate your existence and just step into your heart. Like really step into your heart, because the heart is always the first one, and then we go into our mind. Heart is always going to be loving, accepting, and then we go into our mind where we start to get like that logic or the conditioning or the core beliefs start to take over and they veer us off course. So just really step into your heart. And then the words that you use throughout the day, like today I was sending a text, like the person that's teaching me the most right now, I was writing out a text and I used the word, I don't want to bother you. And then I'm like, why am I writing this out? So think about the things that you're saying, because I'm not self-validating my existence right now. I'm actually doing the complete opposite. Like, why would I be a bother? So now I have to sit and think, why am I feeling like I'm a bother? So I know it comes back from my childhood, because my emotional needs were not tended to, and among some other things. So I always carry this feeling that I'm a burden, or I'm not worthy to be catered to, but I can do this for myself. So if I'm saying that, so I'm going to delete this message, like that shouldn't even be put out in the universe. I'm not bothering anyone ever, right? Even ourselves with ourselves, don't ever think that you're a bother. We're humans having a human experience, and out of our emotions, sadness, fear, anger, disgust, and joy, we're going to have so many of them that are unhelpful, and we're just going to be transmuting into joy. That's it. We're not bothering anyone. So watch the words that you use, because we're always spelling out our future. And don't ever apologize about who you are. That's another way to really self-validate who you are, is to not apologize about who you are. So this is different than apologizing about things that you may have done to hurt others, right? Apologizing for that is way different than apologizing for who you are. For example, I think I was writing out, again, from the person that's teaching me the most right now, something about the way that I am, because I have so many emotions and feelings. There's people that tend to be avoidant, right? Like they have an avoidant personality style, so then they don't tap into their feelings. I'm the complete opposite. And also, I don't like my communication style. It's more on the, like, I tend to be like a strong communicator. Like a lot of people tend to not like to communicate a lot. I'm the complete opposite. So if someone is making a comment about that, and then my first initial thought is to say, I'm so sorry. But then I'm like, why? Why would I apologize about who I am? So instead I wrote out, this is who I am. Like, and like, I can't really do anything about it. And like, if people can want to be with me, if I accept who I am, because I'm not a bad person, and even if I did bad things, it's never because I would consciously want to hurt someone. Of course, I'm going to act out of my wounding as well. Like, I'm a human having a human experience. So I'm not going to apologize about who I am. I might apologize if I hurt someone with my wounded self, but I'm not going to apologize about who I am and my experiences, because then that would be completely disvalidating who I am. So also watch that too. I feel that I've covered everything. And then remember that you always want to anchor in the feeling of the person that you want to validate, that you want to experience the person. Validate yourself that you are worthy of it. You are enough to be loved. You are smart enough. You are good enough to have all the experiences. Live in the end state of that person that has all these qualities about themselves, that is worthy, is enough, it's just perfect. Like, that is the feeling in the end state of the experience of the life that you want to have, without a doubt, predominantly, right? Because we are going to have like challenging thoughts, but if we're predominantly in that positive feeling state, then we can continue to self-validate all those things through our 3D reality. And then we keep going, but don't fixate. If you're just starting off like me, when I first started in the beginning, do not fixate on the outcome. Just keep doing the work, and it will rise to meet you. It will catch up to you. I promise you that. I am a living testament of it. My life before I started doing these things were so different. I think I talked about it a lot in my videos about my experiences with my 3D reality, and it's completely different. And I couldn't be more grateful about the things that are being said and I'm experiencing. And I'm just really in love with my life. Of course, there's still things that I need to do. I had this crazy wave of sadness that came in last week, and I was self-validating with all the wrong things, and I had to like really take charge. And even though I tried to reach out, sometimes like also there's going to be a right person for you that's going to hold you. So if you reach out to one person and they're not able to hold you, because sometimes as humans we do need help, also don't get discouraged. There's always going to be somebody else that's going to be able to hold you through that and hold space for you and hold your hand and help you through it. But first and foremost, you have yourself, and I have you guys as well. So thank you so much. I am so grateful. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much again for the opportunity to do this video. I love you. If you haven't subscribed already, I would love for you to do so, and hit that notification button if you don't want to miss a video from me. And also, I'm always accepting ideas for new videos. Again, thank you, and have a blessed rest of your day.